Your deodorant is less than 150 years old. Human sweat glands are millions of years old. So what did people actually do about body odor for almost all of human history? The answer involves oil, metal, and one surprising habit that's making a comeback right now. Let's start in ancient Egypt, a civilization already obsessed with appearance, scent, and personal hygiene. Egyptians didn't ignore body odor. They fought it directly, using ingredients most people wouldn't expect. Archaeologists found evidence of scented oils made from frankincense, myrrh, and citrus applied daily to skin. These weren't just perfumes for special occasions either. They were part of a normal daily hygiene routine, especially for anyone with wealth or status. Egyptians also did something surprisingly modern sounding. They shaved their armpits and other body hair too. This wasn't just about appearance or fashion trends. Removing hair reduces the surface area where bacteria can grow, directly reducing how strong odor becomes. They didn't know the word bacteria existed, but they noticed shaved skin simply smelled less over time. Now travel to ancient Mesopotamia, where something even more surprising was already happening around body odor. Mesopotamians created some of the earliest known perfume recipes using ingredients like cedar, myrtle, and honey. A woman named Taputi, mentioned in Mesopotamian cuneiform tablets, is actually recorded as one of the first known perfume chemists in history. She distilled flowers, oils, and calamus, creating scented products specifically meant to mask natural body odor. This detail matters more than it first seems. It means odor control wasn't an accident or guesswork. It was intentional, documented, and refined science, even without any modern chemistry knowledge to guide it. Now let's move to ancient Greece, where bathing itself became deeply tied to social identity and status. Greeks built public bathhouses specifically for cleaning skin, removing sweat, oil, and buildup on a regular basis. After bathing, wealthy Greeks applied scented oils across their entire body, similar to the Egyptian method. But Greeks also introduced something new to this routine, a mineral called alum, still used today. Alum is a naturally occurring mineral compound that has antibacterial properties, shrinking pores slightly when applied. Fewer open pores meant less sweat reaching the surface, which directly reduced how quickly odor developed. This is genuinely remarkable because alum crystal deodorant is still sold today, marketed as a natural alternative. An ingredient discovered thousands of years ago is still sitting on store shelves, essentially unchanged. The Romans took bathing culture even further than the Greeks, turning it into a massive social institution. Roman bathhouses, called thermae, weren't just for hygiene. They were social hubs where business and politics happened alongside actual washing and personal grooming routines. Romans used alum too, alongside a paste made from crushed pumice stone mixed with scented oils. They also used a plant called wormwood, believed to have natural odor-fighting properties, applied under arms. Wealthy Romans imported perfumes from across their empire, using scent almost as a display of social status. The stronger and more expensive your perfume, the more it signaled wealth, power, and social standing. Now here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. We move into medieval Europe several centuries later. Bathing culture actually declined significantly during parts of medieval Europe. This decline was largely due to fear surrounding disease. During plague outbreaks, many believed that water could open pores and let disease enter the body. So instead of bathing, more people bathed dramatically less. Some people went months without fully washing at all. This created an obvious problem. Body odor became far more common and more socially accepted too. To cope, people relied heavily on strong perfumes, herbs, and scented sachets worn on clothing. Lavender, rosemary, and cloves were commonly used for pleasant scent and believed protective benefits. This practice did not really solve the odor problem directly. It simply masked the smell, layering scent over the odor instead of addressing its source. Meanwhile, in India, a different, more hygiene-focused approach was developing. Neem, already mentioned in ancient dental care, was also used for general body hygiene and odor control. Neem contains antibacterial compounds which target the bacteria responsible for body odor in sweat. Sandalwood paste was also commonly applied to skin for its scent and natural cooling properties. This approach focused more on prevention and bacterial control rather than simply masking odor. This is honestly the part most people overlook completely when they think about ancient civilizations in general. We assume older automatically means less advanced or less capable of understanding their own bodies clearly. But ancient humans were running long-term experiments, passed down across entire generations, without formal documentation. If a method didn't work, people stopped using it. If it worked, it spread and lasted for centuries. Alum crystal deodorant has survived for literally thousands of years, and it's still sold in stores today. That's not an accident. That's ancient trial and error quietly proving itself correct over an enormous span of time. So the next time you reach for your deodorant in the morning without thinking twice about it, remember that exact routine is ancient, even if the packaging and branding around it feels completely modern. Different tools, different ingredients, completely different eras, all solving the exact same problem the entire time. So by now, a clear pattern should be emerging across every single civilization we've covered so far. Every culture, completely separated by geography and language, kept circling back to the exact same two solutions. Remove or reduce bacteria through shaving, bathing, or antibacterial ingredients like alum and neem. Then mask whatever odor remained, using scented oils, perfumes, or plant-based fragrances applied directly to skin. That's not primitive thinking at all. That is essentially still the entire foundation of deodorant today. Now let's fast forward to when modern deodorant, as we actually recognize it today, finally appeared. The first modern commercial deodorant, called Mum, launched in 1888 using a zinc-based cream formula. It wasn't an antiperspirant though. It only masked odor, similar to what ancient perfumes had already done. Antiperspirants, which actually reduce sweat production itself, using aluminum compounds, weren't introduced until the early 1900s. That means true modern deodorant technology is barely over 100 years old at this point. For nearly all of human history before that, people relied entirely on the methods we just covered. So here's the real question this entire story actually raises once you step back and look at it. Were ancient humans just guessing randomly, using whatever ingredients happened to be available around them? Or did they actually understand something real about bacteria, hygiene, and odor long before modern science existed? Every method we covered keeps returning to the same two core ideas: remove bacteria, then mask remainder. They didn't have laboratories or microscopes or the word bacteria itself to describe what they were fighting. But they clearly understood the outcome and refined their methods over centuries, based on what actually worked. And that raises a bigger question about everything else we assume must be uniquely modern and new. If ancient humans figured out bacteria control and odor management without modern scientific tools, what else did they quietly understand that we've simply forgotten or never gave them proper credit for? That's exactly what this channel keeps uncovering, one forgotten piece of ancient knowledge at a time. If this changed how you see something as simple as your own morning routine, stick around. Subscribe to Human Civilization, because the past still has more forgotten answers waiting to be uncovered.